Hi everyone, hope you can see me. We're live, it's Sunday evening here in the UK. Hope that is working. If there's somebody in the chat, please say hello. That would be really good. Then I'll know that I am actually live and you can actually see me. That would be really, really helpful. Okay, so what we are doing today, what we're going to do today is I've got a bit of a story. So my lovely, lovely wife is about to graduate her degree, and she's going to be a mental health nurse, and she's worked incredibly hard. And it's and for those of you who don't know, it is an incredibly tough program. It's a tough course. It's really tough. So it's the case of she gets to the end of her course, and then we will. The plan is that we're going to have a holiday of a lifetime in January. So she finishes her course in about 9 weeks' time, and then we have Christmas, and then in January we're going to go away for 3 weeks. And what I've decided to do is to try and use AI, so ChatGPT. We might also try Gemini, because you can sort of link it with Google Travel or something like that. So I'm going to use those two bits of AI software to try and plan and maybe book and maybe work out what a holiday of a lifetime would be. So that's what we're going to do in this stream. So let's get on to it. And remember, just say hello in the chat. That would be really helpful. So I know that there are people there. I know there's people there because I can see it on my little dashboard that I've got. I'm still quite new to this. This is my only my second stream, but we will go there. But if the sound's not working, just drop me a message. Let me know. And if you've got any suggestions about where Hannah and I should go, Mrs. Professor and myself should go on holiday, what we should do while we're there, how long we should go for, etc., then just let me know. Okay, so let's jump in to ChatGPT. Okay, there we are. And I think I probably need to either get rid of me or make me a bit smaller, or you're not going to see anything. I will get rid of me for now. And there we go. Okay, so I have, just to save you having to watch my ridiculous typing, created a prompt, and the prompt that I have put in. So just so you know, I'm using ChatGPT 4.0 with Canvas, and if you haven't seen Canvas working in the past, then you can look at my video that I'm putting out, I think tomorrow, and there I go through Canvas and how that works. It's pretty cool, and you'll see that working now. So my prompt: you are a travel and holiday expert, so always giving ChatGPT a persona so it knows what it's doing. And I'm saying, please suggest a holiday of a lifetime for me and my wife in January 2025. We have about 3 weeks to travel. We like visiting sites that are interesting. Warm weather's not necessary. So I'm pretty keen that it doesn't send us to the other side of the world in chasing a bit of warm weather. We're keen to have adventures. Budget's around £5,000 for the whole trip. Let's see if it can do it within that sort of figure. Ask me questions if some things are not clear, and be creative, give me your best ideas. Okay, so let's see what we get from ChatGPT. Now, I'm expecting the canvas to sort of jump up, and it hasn't. There we go. That's interesting. I wonder why that's the case. Why hasn't a canvas jumped out? I like the way that it sort of splits things up. So let's see what I've got. A few exciting ideas for an adventurous holiday that could be perfect for you both. Since warm weather isn't a necessity, I've included a mix of adventure, culture, and unique experiences to fit your budget. Here are some options: Patagonia expedition, Chile and Argentina. Explore stunning landscapes, activities, mix of adventure lodges and charming local stays, budget considerations. I'm pretty keen. So if you've got ideas, if you think these are good ideas, please say on the chat. I'm monitoring it. Japan, off the beaten track. I've been to Japan before, and I really do like Japan. So Kyoto, I've been to Kyoto. I went on the bullet train, which was very exciting. I do like trains, and especially fast ones that are always on time. Temples, hot springs, like a bit of hot springs. Some budget accommodation, and some. Japan has incredible contrasts: urban adventures in Tokyo, tranquil rural explorations, and cultural immersion. Morocco, deserts and mountains adventure. Explore Marrakesh and the Atlas Mountains, Sahara Desert. Wonder what people think. Riads in the cities and desert camps. So riads must be a type of accommodation. Eastern Europe adventure, Balkans road trip. Start in Slovenia, Ljubljana, Lake Bled. Quite like that. New Zealand, North and South adventure. If I've lived in New Zealand, I'd really like to go there. I just think 3 weeks is probably quite enough to go to New Zealand. It's such a very long way. Hostels and cabins, B&B, Sri Lanka, cultural wildlife and adventure. Flights, the budget is tight. Try and book flights well in advance. Weather, January can be great for Patagonia and Japan, while Morocco and Sri Lanka offer milder climates. Balkans might be colder, but adventure will be unforgettable. Do any of these ideas spark an interest? So what do we think? I've got no comments, so everyone's quite happy for me to make some choices, which is rather nice. I wonder whether that is going to last for very much longer. I think it's really interesting. I guess I sort of was thinking of something a little bit closer to home. So I'm going to, first of all, I'm going to say, please use Canvas, because I think that will make it just a little bit easier for us to both work with the plan that it's given us and to add and change stuff. So I'm going to say, please use Canvas. Okay. I was thinking about something a little, that spell for toffee, a little closer to home. It's a multi-site trip in Europe. What do you think? Okay, so now we've got Canvas going. When I tried out Canvas, you didn't need to ask it, but here we go. Got it. Let's focus on something a bit closer to home. For a European adventure, multi-trip around Europe offers a mix of cultures, activities, and landscapes, all within a relatively short distance. And I think that's pretty positive, that I don't want to be traveling miles and miles and miles to get somewhere. So start in Copenhagen, vibrant city culture. I think we might get some snow if we go to Gothenburg, maybe even Copenhagen. Head to Norway, explore the fjords, beautiful landscapes, boat trips on the... I would love to do this holiday. I think Mrs. Professor would love to do this holiday as well. We shall see. Mix of boutique hotels, Airbnb, perhaps even a cabin stay in Norway to experience the local atmosphere. Scandinavia can be pricey, but staying in smaller cities and using trains rather than flights can help keep the costs down. I'm quite very happy to use flights. Central Europe cultural loop, Austria, Czechia, and Hungary. So beginning in Vienna, Budapest. I've been to Budapest. So Mrs. Professor and I have been to Budapest, and we did the thermal bath. It's very cool doing the thermal baths in Budapest. We certainly enjoyed that very much, and they're massive. There's like hundreds of different baths, all with different stuff in. It was very cool, and it was raining the day we went, so it's nice being in a hot bath when it's raining and you're outside. So take a boat ride on the Danube. That would be nice, and go to Vienna, some classical concerts, charming guest houses, smaller boutique hotels, blend of history. Italy and the Alps, northern Italy, Switzerland and Austria. Start in Milan, head towards the Italian lakes, Lake Como or Guardia for a few days of relaxation with stunning views. Continue to Switzerland, enjoy the Alps, Innsbruck, Austria. Oh, yes. Train rides like the Bernina Express. I did a train ride on a holiday this summer in Wales on a steam train, which was the highlight of my holiday. It was wonderful. I don't know if Mrs. Professor enjoyed it enormously, but I really loved it. Okay, budget. Switzerland can be expensive. Focusing on Italy, Australia can help to manage costs. Balkans, Slovenia, Croatia, and Montenegro. I've not been to any of those places, so that would be interesting for me. Spain and Portugal. Oh, so I've been to both Spain and Portugal, and I do like Barcelona. I've never been to Valencia. I do love paella, that's for sure. And I've not been to Madrid, so that would be interesting. Tips for a multi-site Europe trip. Consider using Eurail Pass for unlimited travel between countries. It's convenient, often more scenic compared to flying. Accommodation, looking at Airbnb. Timing is off peak. Cool. What I might do, why don't we jump in and try Gemini? That would be interesting. So let me just turn myself back on a little bit so you can see me. I'm back. There we go. So I'm quite interested in those, but I'm just, what I might do is just, let's jump into Gemini and see if we get a different view with Gemini. So here we are in Gemini. I like the Gemini way Gemini works. So and I use it quite a lot, especially when I'm creating blogs, etc. So let me turn myself off, and then we will try. Let's see if I've still got the same prompt. Yes, still got the same prompt. Let's see what we get from Gemini. Let's plan your dream adventure. Okay, so interestingly, it's asking me some questions, which is nice. So what kind of adventures do you like? So we like interesting sites with history. We like the outdoors, countryside. We would like a mixed pace itinerary, and we like Italy. had one of our first holidays in Italy. I also I like trains too. We had one of our first holidays in Italy, and we went in sort of February time, and so it wasn't massively hot, but it was really nice. We had a great, wonderful time. It's very romantic, and I think I would be pretty interested in going there again. Okay, so it has gone for an Italy adventure. I think give it a bit of prompting, it will take you to where you want to go. And so start in Naples, take the train to Matera, not been there before. Unique cave dwellings, a UNESCO World Heritage Site, that would be nice. Alberobello, truly houses. Lecce, Baroque architecture. End of your trip to Sicily, and then northern, go to Venice. Oh, that sounds nice. Travel to Florence, take the train, explore Tuscany, end your trip in Rome. Ooh, what do we think? Option 1 or option 2? Drop me a comment if you've got a particular thing that might be interesting, that you think would be better. So Naples or Venice and Florence. Option 2 might be better. Let's try option 2, please. And include travel options. Wander through St. Mark's Square. Hop on a train. 5 hours. And this is the nice thing I think about Google, that it's got Google Maps in it. So just have a look what it gives us if we actually click it out. Look, it shows you the actual map and the travel time between it. Isn't that cool? You see how useful this will be just to have it with you when you are doing your trip. Okay, Florence, etc. Remaining days exploring the many treasures of Rome. Book your train tickets in advance. Consider purchasing a rail pass. And look, and it gives you the transit between the different places. How cool is that? Better, isn't it? Better than ChatGPT. Maybe I'm just very good in. I just very much like maps. Okay, so now I know that Google is attached to various things. Let's just have a look and see what extensions I've got turned on. Aha. So I've got Google Workspace, but I haven't got Google Flights and Google Hotels. YouTube and Google Maps. Cool. So I should be able to go back to that now with those things on. Okay. Could you provide a detailed plan, including flights and trains, hotels? See what we get. So maybe with all those things connected, it will be. Look, gosh, look. Gives us hotels as well. Let's see. Now, here's it. This is interesting. So Gemini doesn't always get it right. Be sure to check the following flight and hotel details. Round trip. So London Heathrow, 5 more to Venice. So that's the flight. We can fly between 1st and 19th of January. I don't think we're actually going to be flying out on January the 1st. Gosh, look, it even gives me prices. Ryanair, EasyJet, BA. Significant difference in price there. Absolutely. Okay, so we've got hotels, Plaza Hotel, stylish, free breakfast buffet, Wi-Fi, artsy restaurant, Florence. Yeah. It gives us our trains. So we can, and it tells us how to book it, although the URL is not there. And then consider getting a rail pass once again. I think that sounds like a good idea. I wonder if we, oh, look, even pictures of the hotels. That looks nice, isn't it? I think Gemini has certainly won this. And this is the free version of Gemini. So I've not paid for any of this. It's all free. I like that. I wonder if we could do the whole trip. It's wonderful. I wonder if we do it, easy to understand, and it was complete, and it was correct. It was good. Okay, just give it some feedback. It's always a nice thing to do. All right, so how about, I wonder if we could do the whole trip by plane. That would be very cool. Actually, what I might do is, so that you can see me, I might just see if I can pop myself in a little circle. Close. Go. I feel a little bit rude that you can't actually see me. I will pop myself down the edge there. There I am. Caught me. I've got a little drink here because it actually is quite difficult on the voice to keep speaking. Okay, so I'm going to ask, could I do this whole trip by train? So, how that change? Got what I was typing. It's working. Unfortunately, I couldn't find any train routes for the entire itinerary due to lack of transit options between waypoints. Italy has an extensive bus journey. We could rent a car. Gosh. So could I travel to Italy by train from the UK? It takes about 13 hours. Go down to Paris. See, I think that would be quite a nice trip. I'm not sure Mrs. Professor we're very keen, but I think I will. And what I'm going to ask it to do is to recreate as much of this trip as it can, but going by train from London and back, and then put intermediate stops in to so that we're not spending too much time just traveling. Okay, so please recreate much of this itinerary you can but include travelling to and from Italy by train and in additional stops as necessary to break up the travelling. See what we get. Can't recreate the entire itinerary, including travel to and from Italy, completely by train. This is because there's no direct train connection between London and Rome. The fastest and most convenient option is to fly from London to Rome and then take a train from Rome to the other Italy destinations. However, I can provide you some general information about travelling by train. That's a bit disappointing. So I might go back to ChatGPT and see if I can start again. Now I've got a feeling that I want to go to Italy. So could you create a new? You can't see me now because side. Go. Could you create me a new itinerary that starts in London and then travels through Europe to Rome, then back to the UK by train, and suggest stops and things to see across the entire journey. See what we get. We put a new so we put a new prompt in on this left hand side, and then this right hand side, which is this is the difference between Canvas. You on this right hand side, you then have the document that's brought up. So got it. Let's focus on something a bit closer to home. Just turn myself off so that you can see where everything that's on the screen. Okay, got it. Let's focus on something a bit closer to home for a European adventure. Multi-site trip around Europe offers a mix of cultures, activities. New itinerary, London to Rome and back by train. This feels quite positive. Start your adventure in London, travel through several beautiful European cities, and end your journey back in the UK after visiting Rome. The trip will allow you to experience diverse cultures, stunning landscapes, and historical sites, all by the comfort of train travel. London to Paris. Take Eurostar from London to Paris, 2.5 hours. We could go into Paris. So I've been to Paris before, and so both Mrs. Professor and I have been to Paris before. We do love it. So maybe a day in Paris would be quite lovely, and we can go and have some snails to eat. Mrs. Professor has a particular penchant for snails, so we can go and eat some snails. Interestingly, I also had a sausage that was rubbish in Paris. I mean, just tasted, was dreadful. I won't be doing that again. Paris to Strasbourg, a couple of hours on the fast trains. Strasbourg to Munich, Germany. Go there. I once went to watch Nottingham Forest play in Munich, and I think I might have been the only well, certainly in the area of stand that I was sat in, I was the only Brit. So when we scored a goal and I stood up, I felt like I might get attacked, but I didn't. It was nice. Munich to Innsbruck. That's where they do the skiing, isn't it? We can get a cable car. Sounds lovely. Innsbruck to Venice. Yeah. Small hotel, one of the canals. Venice to Florence. Florence to Rome. Rome to Milan. Milan to Zurich. Zurich to Brussels. Brussels to London. Eurorail pass would be the way. What do people think? Does that feel like a too much? Trying to pack too much into sort of 3 weeks? Is that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So 11 different stops. That feels in 21 days. Might be okay. Might be okay. All right. So I quite like that itinerary. Let me see if they can price it for me. You give me a price for this and create a day by day plan, including what we should see, do, where we might stay. So it goes back. So let's see. So instead of, if you remember on the original ChatGPT, what that would have done would have been created a whole new document, and it would have then you would have had to scroll between them. So in this one, it actually just changes the document that's there. So got it. Let's focus on something a bit closer. Start your adventure in London. Day 1, take Eurostar. Go and visit the Eiffel Tower. It's day 2, so we have a whole day in Paris. And it hasn't given me a hotel suggestion, but I think I will maybe be able to do that. Let's have a look. Suggest that's the, here we go. So what we've done is we've gone and said, actually in the document, we can use ChatGPT and just ask it further questions, and it will only ask it on that particular area. So stay at the hotel, the Petit Chaumel, charming boutique, 7th arrondissement, offering easy access to major attractions and a cozy, authentic Parisian atmosphere. Sounds great. And then we go day 3. We travel east by train to Strasbourg, a couple of hours, check into your hotel and explore charming Petit France district. Visit Strasbourg Cathedral and have some Alsace cuisine in a traditional restaurant. No snails worked out there, but maybe a better sausage. We'll get sausages in Germany, that's for sure. Mrs. Professor likes a sausage too. Oh, right. Enough of that. We'll take a train to Munich, approximately 3.5 hours, and then we'll check into a guest house in the Mariannaplatz. Spend a day in Munich. And then day 7, we go to Innsbruck. Check into your Alpine Lodge. That sounds very cool, an Alpine Lodge. and then we get a whole day there. I see. So we travel. We have a day of travel and then a day of visiting the actual place. So a day in the winding canals. So each hotel we spend 2 nights there. I guess that's right. Yeah. Okay. Guest house, Florence. This feels good to me. This feels like Mrs. Professor will enjoy this holiday. What do you think? Drop me a comment if you've got any ideas. You want to ask any questions? Brussels to London. So we'll come back through Brussels. We have some Belgian waffles. I think that's nice. Transport Eurail pass covering multiple countries, approximately £1,000 a person. Accommodation, £90 to £150 a night, depending on the city and type of lodging. £2,500. Meals, £40 to £60 a day per person, £1,800. Entrance fee tours, £700 in total. Total estimated cost £5,500 to £6,000 for 2 people, including a bit of buffer for extras. Always extras, isn't there? URL Pass is a great option for this route, providing flexibility, comfort for the entire journey. For a mix of boutique hotels, timing. Fantastic. So what I might do is say, please describe oops, what have I done? Describe suitable hotels for each destination. Give us some local cuisine we should try in each place. It's thinking and editing, and it will thinking and editing. Okay, and as you can see, it just goes through and puts in. So it's put through this, and it's told us to. Okay, so spend a day exploring Notre Dame, end the day with a sunset boat cruise. That sounds nice. Here in Strasbourg, try Shohrugani, sauerkraut with sausages. I will definitely. Flammkuchen, thin crust pizza-like dish. I think this might be fun, and we'll video this as we go on so we can report back on what Flammkuchen was. We'll go to Germany. Weisswurst, white sausage, and Schweinshaxe, pork knuckle. I lived in Germany for a while. Pork knuckle with sauerkraut and a beer, Kolsch beer, if you can get it, although much more likely to get that in Cologne rather than in Munich. Absolutely amazing, especially if you're going to the football. Innsbruck. Try Tiroler Grostel, a hearty Tyrolean dish at a local restaurant. Sounds good. It's given us a hotel, Nala Individual Hotel. Travel by train to Venice, approximately 4.5 hours. And it suggests that we have sarde assaur, sweet and sour sardines, risotto, and risotto al nero di seppia, squid ink risotto. Yeah, up for all of that. In Florence, a Florentine steak and a ribollita, Tuscan vegetable soup. Might be, if it's cold, that might be very nice, mightn't it? And cacio e pepe, cheese and pepper pasta, saltimbocca alla romana, veal with prosciutto and sage. I'm hungry now. Just have my tea as well. And then ossobuco. I think I've had that before. And risotto alla milanese, saffron risotto. Lovely. Wonderful. Belgian waffles, frites. I will definitely have mussels with fries if we go to Belgium. Flemish beef stew. I think we're probably going to have to, because they've given us quite a lot of foods to have. We might need to. Get one each and then share. Yeah, I think that would be lovely. But great. Okay. Do any of these stops spark your interest? I can help adjust the route, provide more specific details on activities and accommodations. I think they all sound pretty good, don't they? I wonder if ChatGPT could add in a sort of daily, create me a table of the daily itinerary, just so we've got something to carry around with us when we're there. I think we're getting there, aren't we? I think we're not doing bad. Go. That's helpful. Tells us which hotel and local cuisine. I really like this ChatGPT 4.0 with Canvas, this idea that you can change it as you go. Fantastic. Now, I don't think this has got access to train timetables, but let's try. Could you add in details of the trains we might get, including times, etc.? I wonder whether it's able to do that. It is. Gosh, so it's actually even given me train times. How cool is that? How long would this have taken? We've been online for about 40 minutes and we've faffed around and done various other things. How long do you think this would have taken me to have made all of this work? I think it would have taken me hours and hours. And I would have probably missed, how would I finding hotels in every place we're supposed to go, finding the train details, working out what to eat. I think it's absolutely amazing. Okay, so let's just have a look at the kind of things that I could do with ChatGPT 4.0 with Canvas. And as I should say, have a look at my video that's coming out tomorrow where I go through all of this in quite a bit more detail. So I can add emojis in, which I think is the least useful thing that it can do, because all it's going to do is add loads of emojis in, which maybe is okay. I think it's a bit of a waste of time. So I'm going to say take out all the emojis. Hasn't even put them all in yet. Place as many words as possible with emojis. So I'm going to say take out all the emojis. Just rubbish. Okay, so it's doing all that. It'll take out all the emojis for me. Whoa, what's going on? Removed all the emojis from the text. Updated the table headers accordingly. Let me know if there's anything you'd like me to do. It's gone. It's gone bonkers. The has broken. Please return it to its state before I added emojis, including the formatting, etc. Oh, thank God for that. I thought we were potentially going to end up with something that was a right mess. Okay, I won't be adding emojis again anywhere. Hasn't changed anything. Just left everything as it is. Okay, so what else can you do? None of the other things. So add final polish. I'll do that right at the end. You can change the reading level. So currently it's sort of in the middle. Now, if I push it up and press, it will increase it to a, I'm not quite sure why this would be useful for this thing, but it would just add in much more detail into the itinerary. I guess now we've got it in a table form, it's probably it's not actually making that much difference. No, it's not. When it was just in a text form, I think it would have filled out a lot more in terms of the detail. Okay, so what I might do is just say keep the table, but also put in a text itinerary with all the necessary. So this should just add in, keep the table, but I think it might add in a whole load more. Well, that's what I'm expecting. A whole load more detail. Maybe pull some of that detail back for each day. Maybe I need to actually say, there we go. So it's giving me a text version of it as well. Let's just have a look. All right, so the reading level's still back there. Now let's push it up and see if we get adds a lot more detail in. I think it probably will. If you got any questions, please ask on the chat. Got anything you want to comment on? If you think I should be doing something different, please say. Interesting how Gemini, I think Gemini got us to the place and the way of doing it, and then ChatGPT has just been able to give us much more of the planning and detail. And I'm very surprised that we were able to find. It gave us so much detail, like the trains, etc. see what we've got. Not sure it's made it much difference at all, has it? No. All right. Well, I guess because that's of where we are, that it hasn't made much difference. You can adjust the length. So this is the current length. So you can actually make it longer or shorter. And you can see why that will be useful for things like blogs, etc. I'll just keep it as it is. And then you can have, this is quite interesting. So you can suggest edits, and it will go through the document and it will pick out things and say, do you want us to do something different here? What about this? I'm just going to just do the text, failed to comment, attempted to add comments to improve, writing quality, focused on breaking up complex sentences. Let's see if we've actually got any comments. It said it failed to comment. So if you do this as a blog, see whether it comes up with anything the second time. If you're doing this with a blog, it will pick out particular areas and it will say, oh, you might do something a little bit different. Oh, okay. So it said it had added 5 comments and then it said it's failed to comment. Enhancing itinerary details. However, one of the comments regarding the table header could not be applied due to an issue with the pattern used. Let me know if you'd like me to adjust or focus on specific areas of improvement. Okay, so I will say, I think the final thing I'm going to ask it to do is create me a short story that sells this trip to my wife. Make sure it is convincing and the objective is that she would love to go on this trip. I'll give it a bit more of a creative thing to do. Imagine this. Early morning in London, we're about to board the Eurostar together, leaving behind the routine and heading towards an adventure unlike anything we've done before. This works. From Paris, we start the journey to Strasbourg, Munich, Innsbruck, wander in the Uffizi Gallery every day. That's nice. And it gives me it as a separate document. I'm just slightly worried I'm going to be able to get back to the previous chat. Oh, haven't lost it. You. All right, I think we made some progress. Right, let us come back to here and put me on. Take my filter off. Hello, we're back. All right, that was fun. I found that quite interesting. I thought that Gemini was really good, and it certainly gave us the idea of where to go and what to do. And I think that the ChatGPT then filled out all the information. So we have a plan for a holiday. I have a little story I can tell Mrs. Professor to try and sell it to her. Hopefully, she will say, go for it. We shall see. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to book it and we're going to go and we will report back. We'll send you some videos of our holiday, of the food we eat, of the places we go and visit, and we'll make that into a series of streams so that we can see how AI did in creating a holiday of a lifetime. All right, I've been the Professor. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday evening and the rest of your week, and I will see you soon. Bye bye for now. Bye bye.